Muslim, non-Muslim, atheist, it doesn't matter. Stick around and I'll tell you about why these fasting benefits that we Muslims do could be beneficial for you and anybody else who wants to apply the same protocol. Just stick around and find out all the benefits. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm here. It's your boy Imanos. Welcome to Imanos Sports. For the new followers, for those who have just joined us, and for those who have been sticking around, thank you for being here so far. I wanted to shoot this video about a very monumental, special time of the year for all of the Muslims right now. It is Dhul Hijjah. I'm obviously pronouncing it with a more Anglo-Western pronunciation, but it is the 10 days leading up to our second Eid. I know a lot of you guys, oh my God, you have so many Eids. No, it's not. It's only two. And this one marks a very monumental time for all Muslims, especially because it is Hajj season, which is pilgrimage. So for those who are not actually part of the pilgrimage routine overseas in Mecca on the holy grounds, they do a specific protocol which mirrors that of our grandfather prophet Abraham, peace be upon him. And I'm going to tell you about why, as bodybuilder, fitness, lifestyle, these days, fasting is a huge benefit for all of us, okay? So just in case you guys are not aware, there's a lot of religious practice that happens within these days before what is known as the Eid al-Adha, okay? This is the Eid of sacrifice. Of course, you can research and find out what happens exactly and why do Muslims practice this special holiday every year, which comes after our first Eid al-Fitr. And for those who are observing these days, these holy days, fasting could be absolutely beneficial for you, okay? So if you've been watching me and watching all of the detox stuff I've been doing, there's a huge benefit for fasting, obviously. And these 10 days leading up to Eid al-Adha could be huge for you if you apply the same protocol. And why? Why do you do something like that? Why? Obviously for religious reasons, as part of observing the religious practice and the religious tradition. Our Prophet, peace be upon him, has advised us to fast these 10 days leading up to Eid al-Adha. And other people are practicing different religious requirements as part of pilgrimage overseas. So whoever is not involved as part of the pilgrimage, they are doing these practices at home, which involves a lot of abstaining from worldly stuff. Fasting, of course, for the cleansing of your body, your spirits, and obviously in appreciation for what our grandfather, Abraham, peace be upon him, went through. Okay? So doing that for yourself, if you're whether you're a practicing Muslim or not, for us, we do it, and I wanted to do this video of it because these 10 days, as I came from more fasting, obviously, and more detoxing, the benefits of fasting for Dhul Hijjah is huge. So there is definitely a lot of benefits for fat loss, okay? Fasting is good for any aspect of life, but for those who are trying to shed weight, nothing is better than obviously fasting. You're getting rid of cravings and helping your body really drive itself into going into your fat stores to burn for energy, helping you reduce your overall fat capacity, getting leaner, getting shredded, especially as the summer comes around. Then obviously you got mental health and reflection. This is the perfect time of the year to separate away from all of our worldly messes and headaches and things that drag us down. You really get to separate and just focus on you. When you're fasting, you're really getting a sense of what is important in life. One of the biggest things you do as somebody who's observing fast is you're appreciating all of life around you. And so you're thinking about what's really important and what's just garbage and distraction. So the fasting is giving you benefits from all aspects. That is physical, spiritual, mental, the list goes on. So obviously mental focus and reflection is a great thing achieved when you're fasting because you're laser focused. You're not obviously bombarded by all the sugar intake that you're used to on a daily basis that really bog us down, cloud our mind, and really slow down our thoughts. When you fast, you're clear and you're sharp as a laser. You can think about all the important things in life and everything you want to focus on, giving you more time to plan on what you need to do ahead. That's why just try it for yourself, especially some of our friends that are non-Muslim. Try fasting one day. I'm telling you, it is a war of yourself. You're fighting yourself, essentially. You're fighting your cravings, all of your negative tendencies that are worldly, whether it is what is the eye see or what is the mouth intaking at that point. It is really a time to kind of sit down and patch your spirit, so to speak, from an IT perspective. Okay? Along with fasting comes a lot of benefit for your stomach health. You get rid of a lot of excess gut waste, whether fluid or not. You get to regulate your bowel movements, which is huge for a lot of people that have problems with bowel regularity throughout the week. When you fast a couple of days, you're actually hitting the reset button on your system and on how your digestive system works with bowel movements. So you get to regulate that within a couple of days of fasting. Really, 6 or 7 days will do it. So those who are suffering from constipation or having problems with frequency, fasting, I feel, always helps with that. Okay? And then dependencies, of course. So last point of stomach health when fasting is getting rid of dependencies. Sugar, simple carbs. I've talked about it in a lot of my videos previously, especially during the detox. So find out for yourself by fasting to see how really you can get rid of your dependencies for the white rice, the white bread, the pastas. Once you do, you're at a much better place to get ready for serious training or just to, change up your diet a little bit and clean it up for the better. And the last point I wanted to make for this video is really spiritual reflection. So if you've been watching my videos from the beginning, it started with Ramadan and then some detoxing and then boom, I started working out a bit. I got 2 weeks in. You guys are probably seeing the results so far. I'm like 2-3 weeks into my transformation training and I've gained a lot of benefit. And Dhul Hijjah came right around, which we're in right now. And just to kind of let you know what I mean with dates, Eid is probably next Friday. So the last day of fasting will be Thursday. I've been fasting for almost 3-4 days now, and I'll be continuing so, God willing, until next Thursday. So the benefits are just continuing where I left off from my detox. And I just coming to a realization that the less I eat, the less I binge, the less I simplify what I put in my body, to be honest with you, the more beneficial it is. We live in a world, especially those who are training and serious about bodybuilding, who think that they need to continuously consume so many high protein foods and I got to keep my diet. I got to eat 6-7 meals a day. Listen, if you really understand your body and get to test the waters with fasting and other types of programs and reducing how much you eat and what you eat, you'll realize that your body is a lot smarter and is capable of doing a lot more with a lot less. All right. So you achieve a great sense of spiritual reflection when you do these fasts that I'm talking about, right? You sit down there and you're suffering and you're getting so hungry and you're so thirsty and you're like, why am I doing this? Now you start to think not only about the benefits that you wanted to get for your body, but what am I doing in life? What are my goals, short term or long term? Am I spending too much time and money and energy into things that are not important in life? Am I valuing family time? Am I prioritizing family time? Am I on the right path for my professional life, my dreams, my goals, whatever it is I want to do? Fasting helps you put yourself in a box and figure those things out. Whether you have a God figure in your life or not, or spiritually is not even existent in your world, the element of fasting for a human is very beneficial. And the sense of reflection while your body is doing all it can to fix itself, it's a double whammy, so to speak, right? Your mind is battling with all of the thoughts and all of the bad habits that you're dealing with on the regular basis. Now that you're fasting, you can't do them, you can't eat them, you can't indulge in this and that and whatnot, right? That's your mind. And then your body at the same time is like, okay, I'm not seeing a bunch of garbage come in, so I'm going to start kickstarting all these biomechanical activity that's meant to cleanse me and fix me and make things better in my system. So your body's doing that. And at the same time, you're reflecting in your mind about all the things you want to do in the future, and reflecting about your current state is very beneficial for you. So for those who are observing Dhul Hijjah, those who are Muslim of practice, I urge you, start fasting, okay? Don't wait for the day of Arafah, which is the day before Eid, to fast that one day. In fact, get on it right away, because you will reap the same benefits that we all did during Ramadan, and it's the best, okay? Anybody who is of the same faith, come on, you truly know if you did Ramadan the right way, it's the best month of the year. Now, extend that month with the few days leading up to Dhul Hijjah, and find out how you can position yourself for a greater body, greater state of body, whether that's leaner or stronger, you're just healthier, but also a greater state of mind to get you dialed in and focused on the goals this summer or spring, whatever you want to call it. Short term, long term, you're just setting up yourself for success, or at least for one basic thing: clarity. Clarity in where I want to go, what I want to do, and what I want to achieve. So I just wanted to shoot this quick message. Thank you guys for following. Please make sure you like and you subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.